He is 100% worth it.
He takes it to another level. Oh my God, I just fell in love with it.
Thanks so much, Jay.
Blew my mind. And it worked. I wanted to buy my thing.
Jay is, I would say, the Yoda of sales calls, man.
Just talking to Jay, he was so good at just taking what it is, seeing the opportunity and the value and the real reason we are making it.
Talk to Jay, because he got it. He can definitely help you out.
Talk to Jay. You're going to get a lot. You're going to gain a lot.
I would absolutely recommend him for any position that you have.
Jay's definitely the guy.
Give him the chance, give him the opportunity. You won't regret it.
He's good at what he does, so I highly recommend him, and I would book him before he is fully booked out.
Welcome, everyone, to the Sales Ninja Show podcast, where we cut through the noise and ditch outdated sales tactics and show you how to close deals with confidence, strategy, and integrity. Hi, my name is Jay Lee, founder of Sales Ninja. And if you're tired of chasing leads, handling endless objections, and feeling like you have to convince people to buy, you're definitely in the right place. Here we do sales differently. We believe in positioning over pressure, where the right people lean in without the need for pushy tactics. And that's the heart of the reverse glass selling framework, a kingdom-driven approach built on trust, service, and true connection. Because when you lead with value, sales becomes effortless. And when you sell more, you can give more. Today, we've got something very special for you. Our guest built a reputation for excellence in one of the most competitive industries out there. Known for her bold vision and precision in execution, she's redefining what it means to lead in real estate and construction, one custom home at a time. Rose Barroso is a seasoned entrepreneur, luxury real estate broker, and an award-winning home builder with over 2 decades of expertise in Toronto's luxury market. She began her career over 20 years ago with custom home construction, later expanding into property management to provide her clients with a full range of high-end services. Rose earned her real estate license in 2019, followed by her broker's license in 2022. Establishing her niche in building and selling high-end homes in the GTA, which is the Greater Toronto Area. Her work has collected national and international design awards, with her homes featured in several prestigious Toronto magazines. Passionate about giving back, Rose regularly contributes and participates in charity events close to her heart. A proud mother of 2 amazing young adults and CEO of 3 successful companies. Please welcome Rose Barroso. Welcome, my friend. How are you, Rose?
I'm all right. How are you? You gave me goosebumps with all your.
Oh, well, that's you. That's all you. That's all you.
No, but thank you.
It just shows how much. You're very welcome. So this is a different podcast because I know you personally, and I'm going to take us back. And I can't remember how many years ago, but it feels like a long time ago when our kids went to the same school. And I don't know if you know this story and if you remember this, but I'm a car guy. So I remember you had all these amazing cars. You had at that time, you had a white BMW X6 SUV and a M3, I think, convertible 2-door or something like that.
Yeah.
And I was trying to keep track of all these different cars that you were driving. One day, while my daughter, Kristen, who must have been, she was in CASA, so I think that's like 4 or 5.
5.
Is that what?
5.
Yeah, 5.
Yeah.
Which is kindergarten for those of you who don't know. Our kids went to a private school called Montessori, which is an amazing school to teach a different way, a different approach, which I absolutely love. And one day, I think it was one of my daughters or one of my kids, they had an accident in the car. In my van, and I ran out of wipes, and you were parked right beside me, and I'm like, I have this like, maybe it was one of my younger children, and I'm like, I don't know what to do because I don't have any clean, I have nothing, and you were right beside me, and I'm like, I'm so sorry to bother you, but would you happen to have any wipes? I had a kind of a accident happen with one of my kids, and you gave me not just one wipe, you gave me the entire wipe, the whole wipe bag or whatever. And I was so grateful of your generosity. And for you, it's just, you might not even remember, or it's a small act, but that's how I first met you, or how I remember. Do you remember that at all? Or
I do remember that. And to me, there is no big or small act of kindness. If, whenever I can, I always help. Sometimes I surprise people, just like you. But I do remember that clearly. There were other instances that mothers didn't even think that I was a mother. You know, they thought I was somebody's nanny because I was always willing to grab a kid across the street or clean a kid's face or fix their hair, whatever it is. But that's just me. And I do remember that. And it was your daughter that threw up. I'm so sorry. But
okay.
and I saw that you were flustered, and when you were coming to me, I thought, okay, he needs something, and I was very willing.
Help!
I'm like, okay, how can I help?
And you did, and thank you so much. And that is the introduction of how Rose and I met, and we've just kept in touch over the years, and just been watching your journey and your success and all the challenges that you face, which is what I want to dive into. And I think because of the amount of knowledge and experience and hardships that you face and success, I definitely think we need to do a part 2. But you graduated university in 5 languages, right? And you wanted to apply for a government translator.
No, I gave up on one. Yeah, and that's a funny story, and I'll tell it very quickly. So I was doing Portuguese, so I was studying Portuguese, English, French, Portuguese, Spanish, and German.
Oh,
that's 5.
Okay.
And then in my second year of university, I was doing my final exam for German, and I was very confident. I went in, and an hour later, I'm shaking the professor's hand, and I'm like, "So when am I going to get my mark?" And he goes, "So have a seat." And he says, "You did really well, Rose. Thank you so much for taking the time. I appreciate you. However, you spoke to me the entire time in French."
What?
And I'm like, "Oh my God, I did it? Why wouldn't you stop me?"
Yeah.
And he says, "Because I kept speaking to you in German and you kept speaking to me in French." And I'm like, "Oh, okay. And so what does that mean?" And he goes, "Unfortunately, yeah, you got a fat 0. So I remember, yeah. So for me, it was kind of, I can't, I'm mixing everything up. I'm trying too hard. So no, so I gave up German. So it's only 4.
Well, you learned German, you just didn't continue it, right?
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, it's been 30 years now, and now it's, when I listen to it, I miss a lot of the words. Like, I can make sense of a conversation, but I wouldn't even try to speak it. I'd probably sound like a donkey or something.
Well, I'm having trouble with one language, let alone 4 or 5. So I think that's incredible. I didn't even know you can study that many languages, because when you study languages in university, my thought was like you just major in 1, not 5 or 4.
No, I have other acquaintances that I have one lady friend that she speaks 6.
Wow.
But her background has 2. So she already has 2 in the background, and then she picked up, I don't know, 4 more or something like that. I think that's insane. I'm like, just like, I don't know.
Okay, so take us back. So growing up, did you grow up with money in the family? Did you grow up with entrepreneurs? How did you get into, what was your journey of getting into entrepreneurship versus, the corporate 9 to 5? And where did it start when you were a child?
So no, I was not brought up with money. Immigrant parents. My mom, my mom was a single mom. She became a single mom when I was 3 years old.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And she had many, many jobs. Unfortunately, she couldn't. Yeah, my story is a little complicated, and we're going to need part 3 of this.
Yeah, I guess we'll do that. Yeah.
So in any case, for me, after all the complications and traumas and everything that I had to go through, at 16, I decided that I was not going to do a 9 to 5. I needed to be my own person. At 16, at 17, I was already living on my own.
What?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
But this was also after living on a stairwell for a few days. So, like I said,
What?
it was, yeah, it was very, very complicated. But anyways,
Oh my gosh.
for me, it was important to be my own person. It was important to. I did not ever want to depend on anyone, be it a parent or because I never had been able to depend on them, but be it a parent, a partner, a child eventually. I needed to be able to hold my own no matter what. And whatever choices I did make, I was going to make them because I actually wanted to make them and not because I had to or I had no choice or whatever. So was I brought up with entrepreneurship? Absolutely not. With money? Absolutely not.
Wow.
Yeah, so no, it was more of if I have to go hungry, I am going hungry, but I am going to do everything possible to be my own person and to do something that I actually enjoy doing.
So do you think from those hardships that's what gave you the grit to kind of like go out on your own and decide that you don't want to be a 9 to 5er?
You know what? I think those traumas or difficulties that I had to overcome gave me the strength to overcome, gave me the strength to be strong, be resilient, believe that things can be done, does not matter your gender, does not matter your race, your color, etc. I think it didn't push me into being a serial entrepreneur, but it pushed me into, I'm going to do it and no one's going to tell me no. Actually, I have something in my office that says the question isn't who's going to let me, it's who's going to stop me. So that's how I've always lived. It's like, please don't tell me I can't do it. I am going to do it. And if I fall on my face, then I only have one person to blame, me. But everything that I do, I put all my effort, all my heart into everything.
This is a weird question, but are you from Italian descent?
No. Everybody thinks.
What is, because Barroso sounds, what is that?
It's Portuguese.
Oh, Portuguese.
Yeah.
So is it that like Portuguese blood of like, like hot, spicy, like, I don't know if it's in the culture.
Would be more Italian. That would be Italian. Italian women are super spicy. No, for me, Portuguese are more complacent. Portuguese are more
really.
And perhaps that's what I didn't like. You know what I mean? If so and so says, then I should. If I don't want to use the words partners, husbands, and so on, but Portuguese women. I don't want to generalize because there are so many successful Portuguese women, European women, but the ones that I knew and that I was part of living with, they were very much, that's okay. Oh, that's okay. It just didn't work.
Okay.
No, it's going to be too difficult. Or someone else, like someone is taking care of me. That's okay. And again, I am not putting anyone down. This is just the women I was living surrounded by.
So that's amazing that even against culture and against a male-dominated industry, which we're going to dive right into, you're against all odds. Like not the question of who's going to let me, but who's going to stop me. Like I feel like I resonate with what who you are and the spirit of like that kind of like for the intensity. Because I'm the same way. Because in grade 4, my grade 4 teacher didn't let me go to the washroom. I peed my pants. I was a good kid. I skipped a grade, and it made me so angry that I said at that moment in grade 4 at 8 years old, I said, I'm not going to ever let anyone tell me what I can and cannot do. I will determine what I can do, and I will set my own future. And that's the time that she silenced my voice, and I was like, that's the last day that's happening.
Yeah, and that's important. And I wish more. And I'm getting all kinds of goosebumps. But this is conversations that I have with my daughter, because I do say to her, do what you want to do, but do it with passion. Never let somebody tell you that you can't because you're dreaming too high, or because it's not ladylike, or whatever the case may be. Please just do it if you want to do it. And when it comes to partners, ensure that you choose a partner you want to be with, not because you have to, or because he's going to take care of you, or because, just like, be there because you want, nothing else. No one should tell you you're thinking too extreme, or that somebody else has tried it and failed. It doesn't matter what other people have done. Just do it. And another quote that I love is, if your dreams don't scare you, you're not dreaming big enough.
I love that.
So I've always said that, and I push my daughter to do that. And it's always just dream big, do your best. You will never regret anything in your life, ever, because you put everything into it. And if it didn't succeed, listen, you did your best. That's it.
Amazing. I love it. I just love your mindset and the psychology of, how you are as a human being, and how you treat others. It's almost like you have this ability to be colorblind and treat humankind as people, right?
Yeah.
And you want to serve them, which is a perfect segue to, Barroso Custom Homes. When I met you and I knew you were already doing amazing things. And fast forward today, continue to do amazing things, like the construction and the quality. You said quality over quantity. I read in your magazine article. Is unparalleled. I've not seen homes like yours. I want to ask you a question. Like, I know, from a woman's perspective, and this is where, when we got quotes and even people like men, and this is just maybe a generalization, but when they were doing renovation blueprints, it wasn't functional. It was more, just do this. And I was like, the washroom's like barely walkable. Like, you can't even open the door. And like, but from a woman's perspective, as a mother of two and a wife, you think differently. So tell us about, Barroso Homes. Tell us about, how it came to be, and you're not just creating a cookie cutter home. Clearly, you can see from these pictures. Tell us more about that.
So it's funny because I didn't set out to be in construction, and like you said, I majored in languages. I didn't know anything about construction, and I was working for an airline as European manager, and my husband one day said, I love what you're doing with our own house. How about we do renovation? And I'm like, oh, no. I don't know anything about that. And then we did a very small renovation, a very small home. And I'm like, oh, I kind of liked it. And then I waited very long to have children. And at 30 something, 35 or 36, my husband asked me if I was going to have children. I'm like, oh okay, well, yeah. And then we were living all the way downtown Toronto. Wow. So not conducive at all for children or anything of that nature. So we started looking for a home, and everything we were going into, I'm like, oh, I don't like, or to this, to that. And oh my God, it's new, but nothing makes sense to me. And I don't like it. And my questions were always, so if my child wakes up in the middle of the night with a nightmare, how fast can I get to him, and without bumping into a wall or something, whatever. So my husband and I decided, no, we're going to build our own home.
Oh, wow.
That's how that started. It was me building our own home, again, with no idea that it was going to turn into a company, right? And then people would visit and people would ask me questions. I don't understand. How is this so, like, the flow? Everything's so comfortable. Everything's is in the right place. It's not a house. It's like, it just feels, no one wanted to go home. Everybody just wanted to stay there.
Yeah, I bet. Well, look at this place. I mean, it's beautiful. It's a masterpiece.
Thank you. So for me, and I've said this a million times, it's any builder can build 4 walls. Like an architect will give you the plans and you can put that together. It's fine. The issue for me is, how do you make this house a home? And how is a family going to live here? I always, as a woman, I look at the interior of a home as my family living there.
Yes. Right.
What would I want? What do I want to see? So for me, it was always bedroom locations. How can a parent get to the child in the middle of the night? It was lighting that needed to be a path lighting to those bedrooms. It was when a child gets home from school, where are they going to sit? And as a mom, am I making dinner? And do I want to scream through walls? Hey, how's that homework going? And may I help you in any way? What's going on? Can I? No. So it needed to be an open concept. It needed to be a big islands where my children can sit. Now, of course, with computers and everything, you needed more and more space. Then when a family comes together and you haven't seen each other in months or weeks or whatever it is, do you want half of the family to hang out in a room and some over there? No. So again, it was very much, how do you blend your family, your children, your care for those children in the middle of the night? I remember one time, Mackenzie, my daughter, waking up in the middle of the night, and I heard a thump, and she had fallen off her bed.
Oh my gosh.
And I remember, oh my God, I need to go see her. But within seconds, she was already beside me with no lighting, nothing. And it was all of, how easy is it? A child waking up. Everyone is kind of still in half sleep mode. You're not going to think, oh, there was a chair here or there's a table in my way because it's so beautiful. We're going to put a table in the middle of the walkway. So for me, it was very much, how is my family? How would my family live here? What would make me comfortable and happy? And that's always how I designed interiors. It needed to be family, children, friends, comfort, and openness.
Wow.
And I remember a situation where I had a property for sale, and I was working with a realtor. It was eons ago. And I was not with the realtor, but I could hear everyone chit-chatting. And the couple, the lady who, funny enough, did not purchase that home, but I ended up building something else for her, and we all became friends because that's how I am. I just become friends with everyone that I meet. She was commenting to her husband that this home had a different feel. And she says, somehow, and she says, I'm being stupid in my words, but somehow I think there's a woman involved in design.
Really?
And that stayed with me forever. And sometimes we still joke about it. And at the end of the showing, as they were leaving, and I was also, being grateful for their time, I said, just a side note, there was a woman involved. That was me. And so, building 4 walls, we can do it. We do quality design. We're always trying to stay ahead of the curve. And yesterday I was at an event that a very, very well-known designer said, somebody asked, what are the trends for 2025? And she started laughing. Of course, I started laughing because I don't follow trends. Because when you follow trends, you're now behind the 8 ball.
Right.
You're a follower. You're not a leader. So you need to always be doing something a little different, a little more. And that's why 14 years ago, I was already building automated homes, smart homes. and I saw all the benefits in them. It isn't a huge expense to incorporate it into the home, but the benefits for me outweigh anything you can imagine. Sorry, I ramble.
No, I love it. I love it. Because my reaction is, automating a home sounds very expensive. That's why it seems not doable. When you say it's not a huge expense, that's the first for me.
Well, so it's like this. You can have a home automated, minimal automation starting at $70,000. It can go up to $500,000. And
wow.
But those are so many little things. My techs finished a home for one of their clients in Mississauga somewhere, and he went over 600,000.
Oh my gosh!
In automation.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, but a standard automated home could very well be 100. And at that point, you have your lighting automated, your HVAC, your TVs, your sound, your alarm, your garage door, your sprinkler system. Oh my God, there's so many other things you could have automated. And then it's like your cameras. So for me, the security part of everything is also very important. And never having to, like, you have somebody come over, your in-laws come over, and they're like, oh, we're here, we're ahead of schedule, and give me your code to get into your house. And you're like, I don't think so. And you kind of turn around like, it's okay, I'll take care of it from here.
And you let them in when you're in Spain or whatever.
Yeah. It's like, hey, do you want to cook my dinner when I arrive tomorrow? Sure, let me let you in. If you're coming in to drive my car, oh, oops, my phone's not working, I can't let you in.
Amazing. So, when we talk about family, you mentioned obviously your 2 children as motivators in your career. How have they influenced your approach to business and design?
So my children have very much influenced me, not just in my business, but my mindset, my mindfulness of everything that I do. For me, it was the minute I found out I was going to have a girl, it was very much, like in my own heart, I'm like, I need to teach her to be tough, to be intelligent, to know how to do this on her own, never fear. I always got her back. I'll always be her safety net, all of that. And even today, I'll say to her, I'm so sorry, you're going to do this on your own. But I know, and she'll be upset. Oh my God, no, why can't you do this for me? And then I take a step back. I'm like, I'm so sorry, you're doing this. But I know she knows I'm always there for her. So for me, it was important to continue my career, to continue to be successful, to hopefully do something even more, which I did eventually, to ensure that she understood that if mom could, she could even do more. And I always said, hey, if you think I'm successful, I know you can do more. And I want to make sure you do more. Tell me how I can help you. And I, in a way, I know that I have almost tattooed all of these ideas into her brain, because a couple of years ago, she was still in high school, and she came home and she said to me, Mama, so weird. I had 2 of my friends ask me why I was so tough and strong and I don't back down. And I said, have you guys not met my mother yet? And I'm like, you said that? Yeah. And those friends, every time they had issues, they would invite themselves to our house.
Really?
And they would come in and I would say, hey, Kenzie, I can see the cameras. So-and-so's here, go open the door. And she'd say, Mama, they're not here for me. They're here for you. And they would sit down for hours. I'm feeling this way. My father wants me to become so-and-so and I don't.
Yeah.
my teacher this, and this boy I'm
So
interested
your
in.
children's friends?
Yes.
What? So you became
Oh,
like the
God.
counselor or the mama, like the another mom?
Yeah, but I don't think they saw me as a mom. For me, I
Oh,
think what they saw was I took the time to listen, and I listened with an open mind. It's like, sure, go ahead, tell me, and if you want me to give you my opinion, I will. But if you don't, I'm okay just listening. And most of the times they're like, please tell me what you would tell Kenzie to do. I'm like, well, I would do this, 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 and this. And it didn't matter if it was about a boy or about the following year's course load or university applications. One day I had 2 girls here until 2 a.m. because they were so undecided which university to accept. And I'm like, where is your mother?
yeah. I can't believe you're doing all that. That's way over and beyond.
Yeah. And I remember doing an interview for a magazine maybe 10 years ago, and the interviewer said to me, oh, well, this is like off topic now, off the record and so on. What keeps you motivated and what keeps you grounded? And I said, oh, okay. And I thought, this is weird, but sure. And I said, motivated. Oh, that's easy. Has nothing to do with business. It's motivated. It's my daughter. I need to instill everything, not just being courageous, but being ambitious, being resilient, being independent, all of that. That motivates me to keep on going. My son motivates me because I want him to be a gentleman. I want him to be successful. I want him to be caring. I want him to be not a knight in shining armor. Okay, that's not what I was aiming for. But what I wanted was for him to be respectful as a man toward woman.
Yes. Yes, good. I love that.
To support them, to say yes, like be a cheerleader for his girlfriend, his wife, his mom, his whatever it is, whatever woman he comes to meet, and yet know how to open the door and know how to buy flowers. So one of the things that I've told my son forever is you need to treat your wife as your girlfriend for the rest of your life.
That's wow. Oh, I love that.
It needs to be your girlfriend. And then I said, oh, and grounded? Oh, Lord, so easy. You need to meet my kids. I'm just mom. Nobody sees, like in my household, I won an award the other day. I came home, put it away. My daughter called me and she goes, can you send me a picture? And I'm of what?
Oh, really?
Of what?
Of what? The award?
I haven't posted anything about it.
What does she want a picture of?
Of the award.
Why?
Because she's proud of mom. And for me, it was like, I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Yeah. So
I love the way that you're raising your children. I love the way that you're raising your son to be, I mean, I don't know if it's a true statement, but you know how they say there's all these bad kids, but maybe it's like the parenting that's the issue, right?
Oh, Jay, it is so the parenting. You know that.
Okay, that's a whole nother podcast channel that we can start.
Yeah,
we can do a co-hosting on that in itself, and I'm sure it'll go viral on things that work and don't work. And you know, we don't have an instruction manual, but we're trying to figure things out. Okay, so I have to respect your time. I have 2 questions, and we have to do a part 2 and 3. So this is going to be a polarizing one, and I know it's near and dear to your heart with the book that you're releasing, and I'd love for you to do a plug. Handling challenges in a male-dominated industry in the home construction, renovation. You know, it's very much dominated by males. Can you share a time or a story where you had either a project that didn't go as planned, or you had the opposite gender come in and maybe mistake you for maybe when you're younger, maybe you're here for a daddy daughter, join his work day type of thing? Because I know people, my friends who were younger and they're engineers and they were on sites. The men thought that it was like a daddy daughter work day. and she was the engineer in charge because she had her
that's
PhD,
phenomenal.
and people wouldn't listen to her because she looked like a kid. So
Yeah.
tell us about a story and how you navigated that situation.
Oh my God, it's difficult to pick a story because I have
I
stories
know.
from 20-something years ago and I have stories from 6 months ago.
What's the one that comes to mind right away?
Okay,
That's kind of like
super easy. I scheduled a meeting with I wanted to hire a different millworking company. And I had all my sketches and I knew exactly what I wanted and scheduled a meeting, went to the meeting, sat down, a beautiful boardroom. They offered me coffee. We're having coffee and this is going on. And I'm like, oh my God, what is happening? Who are we waiting for? The owner of the company was there. Their designer was there. And I got to a point that I'm like, I'm so sorry. I enjoyed this chit chat. Are we waiting for someone? Like, can we get going? And the designer said, oh, I thought we were waiting for your father. And I kind of went,
oh my gosh.
And I said to him, you were what? Waiting for my father? Wait, one moment. Do you know my father? He goes, no. Oh, wait, because I don't know either. So I don't know my father. You don't know my father. And yet we're waiting for my father?
Oh my gosh.
So I'm confused.
Ouch.
Shall I leave now?
Yeah.
And then he goes, oh, I'm so sorry. And then, of course, he's back paddling. And then he goes, so is your husband arriving soon? Said,
oh my gosh, that's the next one?
So,
they're burying themselves in a ditch.
I know. I said to him, you know what? I think we're done. I don't think this is a good match. And I left. And I was just so angry because I wanted to say so much. And I was just trying to be so courteous. And I got into the car and I'm like, I'm saying all kinds of F-bombs. And I'm driving out of the parking lot and my foot is doing this on the pedal. And I'm like, oh, I can't control my nerves. I got to stop. Pulled over. I call my husband. I'm like, this is why I didn't want to get into this. No one is ever going to respect me. And again, my husband's super calm. He is yin. We are yin and yang. And he said to me, Rose, drive when you're calm, hang out until you are. And then he said, and may I ask a question? I said, yeah. Who's writing the check? I said, well, I am, of course. Then go find someone else. And he hung up the phone. So that was, And I knew exactly what he meant, but I just needed him to listen to all my rants and so on. But that was my very first one. That was, oh my God, I'm never going to make it because, they're not expecting me to know anything. So that was one of the main ones. And I started growing thick skin, and every once in a while, something still goes, what? Really?
Yeah. That's and maybe because it's such a male-dominated industry, and I'm not justifying it. Because they're not seeing a lot of women in the industry. That's just whether they're ignorant, naive, or arrogant, or maybe aloof. There might be a lot of different things going on here.
Yeah, I you know what, Jay? I would say they're not ignorant. I think they are arrogant. I think they are a bit aloof. Because it doesn't matter if you're a builder like me, but when it comes to engineers, when it comes to architects, and to me, even when I hear the word engineer, is it like I feel male? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and this is the issue: is it's that mindset, and no one is willing to get it to open their minds and say, no, it's okay, it's okay. Because, one of the biggest and most well-known architects was a woman. Right? So I don't understand. Why is it still difficult? And so
maybe there's something in your mission. Maybe there's something in the mission and vision and why of what you're doing beyond, all the amazing stuff that you're doing. And I know you have some other channels that we talked about to impact and influence, where there's more of a forefront versus like a a whisper. That's a but more of a voice, because a lot of girls, young ladies, women to be may not even know, because when they see a culture that's kind of set for decades, if not longer, and you're one of the few voices and the forerunners that can make a difference and an impact. So maybe some sort of platform or some sort of technology, or where you're educating or you're going to speak into schools, or anyways, TEDx talk, like I'm just thinking like, this is possible. You don't need to be, put into a box. You don't need to think that, engineering is only for one gender, right? So I love that.
It shouldn't be. There was, I was invited to talk to a high school in Etobicoke.
Oh, there you go. Perfect.
Yeah, a few years ago, and Carmen Wong was, she was on CP24, and she was the mediator.
Okay.
And she was speaking with me, and the speaker panel, there was me, and then there were, in my head, very successful entrepreneurs. They were all women. But some of them had been on Shark Tank or Dragon's Den, whatever the one is in Canada. And then I'm like, and I said to Carmen, what am I going to talk about? I'm in construction, right? And she goes, no, we need diversity. And it turned into Carmen had to stop the girls because the questions were only directed at me. They're like, where's the rest of the panel?
That's so interesting, right? Well, it's because people expected that to be all, male dominated, right? So that's a huge topic, right? A hot topic.
Yeah. So I was happy that happened.
Amazing. So let's end off on this note. So because the Sales Ninja Show podcast is all about, teaching people how to sell more to give more. Now you sell multi-million-dollar homes. How do you even go about doing that? And that's a big general question, because I think people don't know where to start, don't know who to sell to, how to do it, how to negotiate it.
Yeah. Well, so at the top, what you have to be is genuine. You are not here. And for me, this is a conversation I had yesterday in the event that I was at. The issue of most realtors is they need to make a sale. So they're going to talk about how many bedrooms, how many this, and how many cars fit in the garage. And this is not how I work. I have a property right now, an $8 million property that's for sale. And I've never said I have 4 bedrooms and 5-car garage. You've never heard me say that. Let me tell you, when your family comes over for Easter, for Christmas, for Mother's Day, this is how the table is going to run. This is how easy it is for you to get to the kitchen and back. And for the husband, your wine cellar, conversation piece, talk about this. Your car, so easy to clean when you take them out. Now imagine your children in the pool, and you can service them through this door and that door. Do you play golf? Golf course here, golf course there, tennis down Hyde Park. You walk, you know what I mean? So this is the thing. You need to sell a lifestyle that fits that buyer. It's not a house. You're not selling a box to anyone, whether it's $8 million or $1 million. You can't go in explaining, this is what this house comes with. I speak about automation, and I speak, again, from my own point of view, where if somebody disengages your alarm, you're going to get a notification. Is it your child? Are they getting home that late? Check the cameras. Is everything okay? Your garage door stayed open for more than 15 minutes. You're going to get a notification. Did you leave real quick in the morning because you were late for a meeting, and now your garage door is open? Wine cellars, a door triggers a sensor that's saying, hey, somebody opened your wine cellar, and you only have teenagers at home. So you're going to check. And this is how you input your feelings into a sale. You need to make it personal. You need to make that person want to be there. whether it's because of walking trails, biking trails, proximity to golf, to tennis, to Hyde Park, to, I don't care what, to cafes. How safe the area is, the quality that you're selling, why you think this property is worth a little more, or why you should consider than your next door neighbor or the whatever future next door neighbor. It is not coming in and saying this house is 2 years old and we have the heated garage and every room has its own bathroom. Okay, yeah, that's all good and dandy, but where's the personality? And, you know, imagine turning on your wood fireplace and putting a bottle of wine in front of it if the night is a date night with your partner, posting it, and everyone's going to say, what cottage are you at? Where are you? I don't know. Are you 2 hours away somewhere? And you're like,
Yeah.
I'm in the city. Know what I mean? It's you building these connections. And even when a realtor to a realtor, it's so weird. And when I say I become friends with everyone I meet, I do, because I have become friends with realtors that I've worked with, and everyone is like, how do you do that? Don't you just sell the house and be done? I'm like, no, I make sure that everyone is still happy on that side. And I always, you know, sending my grateful thank yous, and I'm still here if you need anything. I put a lot of care into every relationship. I don't care if it's family, if it's business, because people are people. And I've said this so many times. I don't care if you have 5 million in the bank or if you have 500. You worked hard for those 500 and you worked hard for those 5 million. And the respect is the same, because we all have the same blood and we all are human and we all have feelings. So I'm sorry, I treat everybody the same.
No need to be sorry. That's a beautiful thing. You know, I like when you said you're not selling an $8 million box, and how you share about the experiences and the lifestyle and selling the future outcome. And that's completely different from what real estate agents everywhere and brokers are doing, which is like 4 bedrooms, it's 2 years old, you're in the best neighborhood, and blah, 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 right? So I want to end with a lightning round. This is like a game show, getting to know Rose. And I'm going to ask you a bunch of questions, and you're just going to react, okay? And just give me the first thing that comes to your mind. And then I'm going to let you go. Okay. So this is a lightning round, getting to know Rose. Design inspiration. Who or what inspires your design aesthetic?
Comfort.
Okay. Favorite room to design. Which room in a home do you most enjoy designing, and why?
Kitchen.
Okay.
Family orientated.
Okay. Morning routine. Coffee or tea?
Coffee. Lots. Ivy.
Nice. Early bird or night owl?
Night owl, but also an early bird.
So not much sleep.
Not much sleep. No.
Okay. Hidden talents. Do you have any hobbies or skills that might surprise us?
Yes, I'm a published author as well.
Amazing.
Oh wait,
there was something...
I have another one.
What's that? You have another one?
I have another one. I ride a Harley.
You do?
Yes. Are you serious? You didn't know?
That surprised me. I had no idea.
Yeah.
That
and
is
it's
so
a
cool.
big one, and it's a loud one.
Oh, I know they're loud. Ride therapy. So if you were to pick a profession that's completely not related to what you're doing, and it could be as outlandish as you want, what would it be?
As a profession?
Or like a something that you like. For example, for me, even though I was a pastor and a banker and a sales coach, I would love to be like a rapper. It's like so outlandish, right?
A model.
A model. There we go.
Yeah.
There you go. Okay,
Over
a personal
50
model. A what model?
Over 50.
Okay, nice. A personal motto. Is there a quote or a mantra that guides your approach to life and business? If so, what is it?
The one I told you. The question isn't who's going to let me, it's who's going to stop me.
Perfect segue to end. And that's all about Rose Barroso. If you guys want to learn more, go to www.barrosocustomhomes.com. She is the legendary custom home builder to build and leave a legacy for your family and your friends so that they won't want to leave and they will want to live. Maybe that's the biggest problem, is they want to live and be at your retreat home, your dream home. And thank you so much for this hour of power. We'll definitely do a part 2 and 3. Rose, any last words for any women or young ladies here who are aspiring to be entrepreneurs, to be custom home designers, but they're like, yeah, but so-and-so told me I can't. Ooh.
Yeah, no one can tell you can't. I actually speak about, there's a chapter in my book where I say, please don't allow anyone to tell you can't. If it's something you really want to do, if there's passion in this dream, please go for it. Go network with other women. And if you're the smartest woman in a room, you need to leave immediately because you're not learning anything. Go hang out with people that are your heroes. Go hang out and sit and watch and listen to people that inspire you. I do that. I have some women that I sit and sometimes I feel like doing, I know my jaw is down to here, and we are friends. And for me, they're still my heroes. They're inspirational. So that's what you have to do. Go find these women. Like, if you want to become an engineer, don't just, I need to learn from a man. No, just learn from somebody who will inspire you. And if you're a woman, find a woman. And if you need inspiration, give me a call.
So you can connect with Rose on Facebook. You can connect with her on LinkedIn, and you can connect with her also on Instagram. And you have the website at barrosocustomhomes.com. And we have one last comment from Narian, who says, love it.
Yay, thank you.
There you go, Narian. So thank you so much, Rose, for your time. Thank you so much for your insights. Thank you so much for your experience. And you really motivated me in so many ways, even for my young children and for myself. And thank you so much for being on the Sales Ninja Show podcast. Until next time, we will see you guys and help you to sell more so that you can give more. Take care for now.
Thank you, everyone.
Massive.